What's up, guys? Welcome back to Touchdown Talk. I'm ZB Zach Brown. Finally, some football games to talk about. Even though there's players on teams that probably won't even make the team, at least something to watch. You got power going out and some struggles with that, but it's all about the first game of the season. Preseason game. Some stuff to talk about, highlighting that. Get into the top 100 players, talk about that a little bit. Going to go dive into the power rankings. We're going to do the first 16 teams from bottom to the middle, and then we'll finish off next week with the power rankings from there. So, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, well, appreciate you guys coming back. Yeah. Some idiot behind the camera talking about football. Doesn't get any better than this. Let's talk about that Hall of Fame game the other day that happened with the Browns and the Jets. The Browns are undefeated, so you can't say that too often in a season. Browns beat the Jets 21-16, which doesn't really matter at all because 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th string people were playing, and a lot of these guys will be servers at your local restaurant here in a few weeks. So can't really get too excited about it, and it's a very vanilla game. It's so I guess not great that the power ends up going out in the middle of the third quarter. But it's all about the Hall of Fame, all the inductees into the Hall of Fame. Just obviously tremendous talents that have been inducted. You got Chuck Howley, Zach Thomas, the linebackers inducted. A bunch of DBs. You got Rondé Barber, Darrelle Revis, and Ken Riley. Just big-time names in the defensive back world. Obviously, DeMarcus Ware, one of the best pass rushers of all time, gets inducted. Joe Thomas, offensive tackle for the Browns, known for his loyalty for the Browns, gets in. Joe Klecko, the defensive lineman, gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. And, of course, Coach Don Coryell, innovative coach for the Chargers, changing up the offenses to make it more of a vertical pass game, called Air Coryell. So congrats to all those guys in their Hall of Fame induction. Let's talk about a little bit of stuff. You had the national anthem sung by DeMarcus Ware. Now, I'm not going to be here and say I can sing or that I could hold a tune, because I can't. But I know I can't. But I can understand how it takes a lot of courage to go out there and sing in front of, I would assume, millions of people watching this. DeMarcus Ware, man of many talents. One of those talents is not singing, however. Not the worst national anthem I've heard, but it's not the best. And I think DeMarcus needs to just, he might have needed some help with some auto-tune on that national anthem. Everybody was killing him online about it. I mean, it is what it is. It was a cool idea that they had, but they kind of put him on the spot, and it just needs to probably not be a professional singer going forward. Joe Thomas, he looking just yoked up. Obviously, humongous offensive tackle for the Browns, and obviously he's so loyal to the Browns. That's why the fans love him there. He never gave up on them. Never got a ring. Never went ring chasing. Loved Cleveland. He loved everything about it. Believed in it. Loved the city. Loved the fans. And he stayed there his whole career. So that's admirable to see somebody go through their entire career, especially you go through your entire career at Cleveland, and what a lot of years was a dumpster fire, and you could argue it still is. Darrelle Revis, obviously one of the greatest corners ever, shutdown corner. That one was a 2008 season. Shut down like Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, all these amazing receivers, Larry Fitzgerald. Just an incredible cornerback. Revis Island. I think he'd been enjoying that retirement on Revis Island, eating Revis Island. I ain't no skinny guy or anything. I ain't gonna say I am, but I thought at least Reeves would try to get yoked for this Hall of Fame induction. Nah, he just been snacking. I think Doritos sponsored him or something. But I mean, congrats to him. That's cool to see. Grew up watching him. A lot of these guys I grew up watching. It was really cool to see. Uh, but yeah, seeing all those guys, you got Rondé in there too. Great cornerback for the Buccaneers for the longest time. Just everybody that's in. It's always cool to see and maintaining that tradition. The game itself is terrible. Um, Teams I know don't like it. There's a lot of stuff they could probably do to change it up. A lot of ideas, I'm sure, going around, but because you don't have star power, everyone wants to see Aaron Rodgers. Which Aaron, I doubt is going to make any appearance in this preseason. Why would you? Why'd you risk getting hurt in this in any preseason game right now? Definitely not worth it. But yeah, this episode is going to be just to talk about NFL right now. We'll get into college football here in a couple of weeks once training camps with college football finish up and they officially announce starters like the first week. Not a whole lot of big matchups. Probably the biggest primetime one is, you can argue, Old Dominion and Virginia Tech, or you can argue the Penn State West Virginia game. So we'll talk about that one and get a little bit closer. So NFL training camps are in full effect right now. Preseason games are coming up this week for all the other NFL teams. One thing that stuck out to me was seeing clips of the Philadelphia Eagles training camp. They had it at Lincoln Financial Field, like they do every year. That place was freaking packed for a practice. I mean, people crazy be going in there. But Philly fans, they show up and they are there to support their team. A lot of high expectations for them this year, so Jalen Hurts received humongous cheers, and just the feeling around the entire city is just Super Bowl or bust. Coming up short last year, left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Hopefully the Eagles don't have a repeat of their last Super Bowl hangover after they lost against the Patriots in 2004 and the 2005 Super Bowl. And just catastrophic events happen. So it's all about who can stay healthy, though, in the entire NFL. And getting ramped up to get ready for real football. It's right around the corner. Everybody's excited. There's already been some small injuries happening around training camp. The biggest highlight right now is Jalen Ramsey out for at least a few months. Joe Burrow having a calf injury, that's big too. But it looks like Joey B is going to be fine. At least that's what they're saying. That remains to be seen. But training camp's not the easiest thing, and any non-contact injury can happen. It's just, it is what it is. It's what sports are all about. And championship teams are ones that are able to get through those injuries and that adversity. Fuck, I got that one tongue tied. And just seeing what you can do going forward. So it'd be definitely cool to see what teams can do, and if Joe Burrow is out for the Bengals, which I don't think that is beyond catastrophic for them this season. You're not going to replace his leadership, his on the field just command of a game, his swag, and just the optimism that he brings to the team, because he is Joe Burrow and he's been making the plays and he can do it. He's been there, done that, and he's about to get that bag of money too. So we'll see how that shakes out. All right, everybody wants to know the power rankings that I've come out with, and so fan bases, don't get pissed off if your team is not where you think they might be. And no, I don't have, spoiler, I don't have the Eagles at number one. Where I have them has nothing to do with my bias. It's just what I'm looking at right now and what the rosters are showing me. But it's going to change week in and week out. Even when the preseason starts, there's some injuries that happen. Say Joe Burrow is officially declared out for the first 5 games or whatever. That ranking of the team is going to go down tremendously, really. So we're going to start at number 32, go up to 17, and the second half will come out next week for the power rankings of the NFL. So let's get into these power rankings, everybody, shall we? Again, I've had these power rankings written out here on my notepad, and it's based on what I've seen and what teams are going into the season having, what they went through with the NFL draft, and what I foresee happening this season. And I could be completely wrong, and for a lot of fan bases, hopefully I am wrong. But again, this is what I'm seeing right now, and this is just going into the season. So at number 32, dead last right now, and it's going to come as a shock to a lot of people, I think, but injuries have plagued this team. I think it is a tanking type year to go after a franchise quarterback, even though you have a so-called franchise quarterback, but it's not shaking out the way you thought it was going to be. The focus isn't there, the leadership isn't there. Injuries have plagued him. So my number 32 team is the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to slowly spiral out of control. I think it's a dumpster fire right now. They've got a coach that probably shouldn't be the head coach anywhere after a catastrophic failure in the Super Bowl. Organization just not organized. Simple as that. Quarterback doesn't have a lot of leadership skills. He's going to be out for the first, I think, at least month of the season, if not 2 months. Zach is out, so you lose his leadership. J.J. Watt retired, you lose his leadership on defense. Buda Baker is seemingly going to be traded at some point in this season. I think it's tanking year to try to get Caleb Williams from USC for the number 1 overall pick. So right now, Arizona Cardinals at number 32. At number 31, a team we don't really know what they have. Having a quarterback take over that was drafted last year. You draft big-time running back, though, in the first round. Possibly one of the highest prospects in the draft. A decent running team. But a lot of question marks on that offense, and that defense we still don't know a whole lot about either. At number 31, I got the Atlanta Falcons. You got Bijan Robinson going in the backfield, and a lot of high expectations for him. But it comes down to how can they facilitate the ball around without having to abuse him, and he gets hurt, just fatigued through the season. It's a lot of stuff, and the way I'm seeing Bijan come in is kind of like how Saquon came in. He's gonna make a bunch of highlight reel plays, but eventually they overuse him, and possibly could cost him his career within the first 5 years. So look out for that. But the Atlanta Falcons at number 31, and at number 30, a lot of people probably have this team at the very bottom of the rankings, and they've been at the bottom of the rankings probably since they've really come into the league. Had a few decent years. 4 or 5 years ago-ish. But they're in a rebuild mode. They got a quarterback in the first round. But they signed their big-time offensive lineman. Yes, I'm talking about the Houston Texans at number 30. We'll see what C.J. Stroud has. We'll see how he can command an NFL offense. A team that's got D'Amico Ryans, very well-respected coach and player, coming back to where he had most of his NFL career at. So it's going to take time. I don't think you're going to see the Texans make too many big-time wins or anything like that this year. I think they'll be improved, but I don't think it's anything to really, I guess, we have them go for a playoff run. Could be wrong, but it just takes time to do a big rebuild like that for that organization. Again, Houston Texans at number 30. And at number 29, this team was just catastrophically bad on offense last year, but you get a whole new regime of coaches brought in. I've got the Denver Broncos at number 29. Sean Payton comes in, and he could easily bring Russell Wilson back. What I'm seeing right now, I don't know. Russell Wilson's coming back. He's cut weight. He's leaner. I would be willing to bet he's in a better mental state. You've got a future Hall of Fame coach guiding him to the right direction and trying to bring back the old Russell Wilson, because everything's going to be there. They're going to have the main core pieces around him. They're built for success. They have to just be steered in the right direction. So it comes down to what can Sean Payton do for Russell Wilson. But right now, we don't know. So Denver Broncos at number 29. And at number 28, when you lose a Hall of Fame quarterback, one of the greatest of all time. Yes, talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 28. You're dropped down from probably top 10 going into a season to the bottom, 5? And you got Baker Mayfield, but he's battling for a spot against Kyle Trask. And they're saying Trask could definitely win that position. Well, Baker Mayfield's a former Heisman Trophy winner. What a fall from grace that has come. But you lose Tom Brady, just everything in that building is going to be completely different. Hopefully the veterans in that locker room that were around Brady take what he showed them, just based off leadership, hard work, and dedication it takes for the NFL. And if that can happen, that could go a long way. But still don't have Tom Brady back there. So Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 28. And at number 27, newly sold and bought NFL team. Potentially going to have a different name after this season. Washington Commanders at number 27. They're going to have a great defense. Their front seven's going to be very solid. You got Chase Young coming back. But the offense, we don't know what we got. You got Scary Terry out there. He's obviously going to make big plays, but can Sam Howell be that quarterback for them? Can he be the future of that organization? That remains to be seen. He's going to get the green light. I've seen mixed reports how he's looking in training camp, but that doesn't mean anything. You can be a baller in the game, and who cares what you look like in practice. But again, Washington Commanders at number 27. Number 26, another team with brand new coaching staff, brand new quarterback. I'm talking about the Carolina Panthers. Traded up to get the number 1 pick overall. They traded away a shit ton, just every fucking thing to get up to Bryce Young. Now, if you end up winning playoff games, winning Super Bowls, who cares what you gave away? But you gave away your number 1 receiver, DJ Moore. But you bring Adam Thielen in, and that's you get that veteran leadership on the wide receiver room. But the biggest question is Bryce Young going to be able to make it happen? He's little. 5'8" is not a tall quarterback. It's an average-sized human, but a quarterback in the NFL, it's very small. So right now, we don't know what can happen. But Carolina Panthers at number 26. And number 25, I've got the Los Angeles Rams. A lot of injuries plagued them last year, and it was just a terrible, terrible season. And you're getting Matthew Stafford back. You still got Cam Akers back there. Aaron Donald on the defense come back healthy. But Cooper Kupp, there's some questions surrounding him. He left practice early this past week. We don't know what's going on, if it's an injury or what. But can Matthew Stafford make some magic happen again like they did in the Super Bowl run? We'll see. Sean McVay's the coach to do it if they can. But Los Angeles Rams at number 25. Number 24, I have the Indianapolis Colts. Sorry, Pat McAfee, but they're not going to be top half right now. This is going to be kind of a rebuilding season as well. Everything you see out of Anthony Richardson, though, some good stuff. Standing still, not even moving at all, and flick of a wrist, 65 yards on the dime. He's got some skill, but can he manage a game? That's going to be the biggest thing. Can these young quarterbacks manage a game, manage an NFL offense, be able to read NFL defenses? We'll see how that is, but I think Anthony Richardson's got all the talent around him, enough to make some stuff happen. He's got his own talent. He can escape the pocket if he needs to. He can throw dimes. It's been seen. We'll see what happens. But Indianapolis Colts at number 24. And at number 23, I've got the Cleveland Browns. It's the Deshaun Watson era. It's his team right now. He was obviously rusty in the games he played last year, but he's back. Had a full offseason to prepare for this. And a lot of the off-the-field stuff is kind of simmering down where he can start focusing on football. I think that's a lot of it, a lot of distractions out there for him. It makes it hard to play when all those allegations are put up against you. So we'll see what the Browns got. You still got Myles Garrett on the defense. That's scary son of a bitch. I would not want to be anybody going against him. So, but we don't really know what the Browns got. The Browns are the Browns. That's really what it comes down to. But the Cleveland Browns at number 23. And at number 22, the New Orleans Saints. Moving on from Jameis Winston, who's going to look like they'll be their backup. Derek Carr, it's his time in New Orleans. What can he make happen? What can he do with that offense? Is looking that Alvin Kamara is likely going to get suspended for at least a portion of the season. So you got Jamal Williams they got from the Detroit Lions. The NFC South is wide open. Any of the teams can win it. It'll be just really interesting to see. Michael Thomas should be back and healthy. We'll see how Derek Carr is able to hook up with him. Chris Olave's back for his sophomore season. Humongous first year. Should be really interesting to see what they can do in the Saints organization this year. But New Orleans Saints at number 22. At number 21, the Tennessee Titans. Titans still have Ryan Tannehill, but obviously they drafted Will Levis. They got Malik Willis last year, but there's talks about Malik even being cut from the team as early as this year, so that's a shocker. But biggest offseason news obviously was DeAndre Hopkins coming to the team. That probably gave them a few extra spots here. They just didn't have really anybody to throw to. But if they can have a good balance between Derek Carr and if Ryan Tannehill can just maintain a game and make the passes he needs to a future Hall of Fame receiver, Titans will be solid. I don't think they'll win the division. I think that's going to go to the team that's in Florida right now. But we'll see. But right now, Tennessee Titans at number 21. At number 20. Hopefully this fan base doesn't come after me too harsh. But the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now look, what the Steelers did last year, what Mike Tomlin did last year, bringing a team to a winning record, and he still hasn't had a losing record. That was phenomenal. A lot of people outside are looking at Mike Tomlin like, why did he get an extension there? Well, he's a pretty damn good coach. Yeah, he hasn't won a Super Bowl in a hot minute, but he hasn't been given a whole lot to work with. The offensive coordinator needs to go. He's terrible. I don't know why he's still there. But we'll see what Kenny Pickett can do in year 2. Very impressive the first year. They did better than I thought he would. George Pickens out there as one of the receivers. It's going to be probably a top half in the league receiver at least. And you got Najee back there, but it comes down to what can the offensive line do, what can Matt Canada do for that offense, and we'll see. But right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 20. At number 19, the New England Patriots. The reason I don't have them higher is because we don't know what type of Mac Jones we're going to get. We don't even know if Mac Jones is definitely going to start. I mean, you got Bailey Zappi back there who could easily get the starting job if he needed to. But Belichick is bringing back Billy O'Brien, and I think it's going to be huge for Mac Jones in his career. I think the offense will be a lot better now that you actually have a true offense coordinator. And Patriots, you can never count them out. You got one of the best coaches of all time. So New England Patriots at number 19. And at number 18, going up to Chicago, we got Dub Bears. Right now, it's going to be what can Justin Fields do. You got DJ Moore there now. Can he make fireworks happen? Can he make another step? Can he stay healthy? And can he just get a little bit of help with that offensive line? Can they stay healthy? Can they make sure he doesn't get in trouble, doesn't get sacked every other play? If they can make that happen, Chicago Bears will be decent this year. I think they'll make another big step. I don't know if they'll be a playoff team, but I think they'll make the next step in the right direction. Chicago Bears at number 18. And the last one for this week, and then the second half will be released next week, I have the Green Bay Packers. Again, you lose a Hall of Fame quarterback, you're going to drop significantly in the power rankings from what you were going into the season. We'll see what Jordan Love's got. It's his era now. I've seen mixed things again in training camp about him. But teammates are seemingly backing him up. Aaron Rodgers is supporting him from New York. The Packers got a great backfield. You got A.J. Dillon and you've got Aaron Jones. So, yeah, we'll see what they can do in Green Bay in this new era. Green Bay Packers at number 17. All right, now let's talk about the final top 10 people that were just announced for the NFL Top 100. I'm not going to go through the entire 100, but the top 10 needs to be talked about and see who agrees with it. All right, guys, before we talk about the top 10 players in the NFL that's just revealed in the top 100 rankings, ranked by all the players, go check out my friends here at W Energy. Use the promo code ZBHP, my personal code, get 10% off your order. They got great stuff there. They got hydration stuff. They obviously got energy supplements. Great stuff. Great ingredients. You won't regret it. W.GG, promo code ZBHP. All right, let's talk about this top 10. So the top 10 NFL players were just revealed. I'm not going to go over all the 100. That would just be getting a little ridiculous. So go check them out at NFL.com. for the entire list of the NFL top 100, voted by the players. A lot of controversy, like every year. You're going to have that argument. But number 10 this year, voted by the players, is three. There's three Chiefs players in here, starting with this guy, defensive tackle Chris Jones, best one in the game right now. Obviously, Aaron Donald was hurt a majority of last year. Chris Jones is going to jump him, get in the top 10. There's a little bit of a stalemate with the contract negotiations right now, but I'm sure the Chiefs will figure it out and get him paid. Can't let a guy like that walk out. Future Hall of Famer, just superstar on the defense. Definitely agree with pretty much this entire top 10. You can't really argue with it. Because next you got the Cowboy stud, the edge rusher, Micah Parsons. Arguably could be a little bit higher than this. I think you'll see another big year out of him. Not the Cowboys per se, but Micah Parsons will definitely keep making plays on defense. Just a stud there. Falling down quite a bit, and not as high as I thought they would rank him. Josh Allen is at number 8. Just a lot of interceptions last year, and with the Bills, with the DeMar Hamlin situation, everything going on, it's understandable that they didn't perform to the very highest in the playoffs and didn't make it to where they wanted to be. But Josh Allen's still stud in this league, top 10 player, one of the best quarterbacks out there. They got him at 8. Best receiver in the game right now, well, second best receiver, fastest receiver in the game. Tyreek Hill is just right up there at number 7. And this guy you just can't catch. And there's so much speed on that Dolphins offense. That's going to be very dangerous this year. Another year in Mike McDaniel's offense, learning it with Jalen Waddle. And obviously Tyreek, be tough for defenses to stop. Then they got Joey B at number 6. Again, not as high as I thought they'd have him. I thought he would be top 5 at the very least, if not top 3. Having that calf injury, he's going to have to work through that, but he's tough. Ohio tough, that's what they say. He'll be ready for the year, and it'll be interesting to see how the Bengals do. Can they take that next step and win the Super Bowl and not just be in contention every year and try to get that check off that franchise's to-do list. And they got Travis Kelce at the number 5 position. Again, another Chiefs player. I'm just going to say the greatest tight end of all time now. He's proven it. His durability, his long career now. I think he's 32, 33 years old. Still performing at a high level. Shoot, he's a 99 in Madden this year. It's pretty insane. So, yeah, Kelce deserves top 5. And probably the best defensive end overall between run stopping and pass rushing. Nick Bosa, they got number 4. Again, contract disputes, but you're going to have that with these big-time players still on their rookie contracts and everything, and renegotiating to get paid. They'll make it happen. He's missing training camp, but they won't let it go too much longer. He'll be there, and 49ers defense is scary this year. So Nick Bosa is up there at number 4, and they got Jalen Hurts up at number 3. Wasn't even ranked top 100 last year. He had a season for the ages, and arguably one of the best Super Bowl performances beside the fumble that happened in the Super Bowl. But I mean, he's got grit, he's got leadership. I've talked about it before. Obviously, being an Eagles fan, I'm going to be a homer for that. Just very impressive. Getting a top 3, really cool to see an Eagle up there. At number 2, arguably, I don't think it's too much argument anymore. You got Justin Jefferson up at number 2. Just insane catches, and just adding that extra dimension with that Minnesota offense. Makes Kirk Cousins look really, really good. Justin Jefferson might be a little bit high on this list. I think I would have the quarterbacks kind of jump them a little bit more, but still can't really argue with insane catches he had last year. So we'll see how he takes another step this year. Pretty much a contract year. After this year, they're going to have to pay him. JJ's at number 2. And number one, to literally nobody's surprise, Patrick Mahomes takes the cake. Number one. I mean, is there any explanation needs to be said? He's Patrick Mahomes. Makes magic happen. Defending Super Bowl MVP. Two-time Super Bowl champion already. Two-time Super Bowl MVP. And he's at year, 6, 7? Pretty impressive. So, I think it's a pretty good top 10 list. Other stuff in the top 100, I think other players are low, high, just like you would always see. You can debate it all you want. But that's what it is this year. Now it's all about these players going out and proving it. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this week, guys. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and let somebody know. Get the word out there. Like, subscribe to the channel. And all exclusive stuff will be on the YouTube channel with the other podcasts as well, and any other thing that happens. I think we might start getting some Madden games coming in here a little bit posted up on the channel, so be on the lookout for that once that new Madden drops. Go ahead, follow all social media platforms, a lot of stuff. I'm at TheRealZB93. I've been figuring out how to make some memes now, so it's some funny shit on there. Go and check it out. So, till next week, guys, we'll reveal the rest of the power rankings and see what this first week of preseason brings. Catch y'all then.